I guess you didn't have the script. Yeah,
You just do your thing.
Okay.
I'll be there with you.
yeah. You got the names of the competitors here.
No, I don't. I'll start. Just let me open it, and then I'll throw it over to him. How long am I staying here? I'm gonna pop a quick intro, and then I'm off the. Okay.
Should 165.
Welcome, friends. This is Brandon Mccaghren, and this is my YouTube channel, and I'm super glad you're checking this event out. This is we're at Coosa Jiu Jitsu and Wellness. We're down here in Wetumpka, Alabama. My friend Isaac Stackhouse, one of my training partners, he's got his own training spot that he's opened up. He's got all kinds of crazy stuff going on. He's got mats. He's doing the ice bath thing.
Cold plunge, yeah.
Yeah. I'm joined here by Alan Manley. Alan, been training. I've been hearing Alan's name, for sure since I was a blue and purple belt. You know, he's been training forever. He's a mainstay of the jiu-jitsu scene here in Alabama. So, super happy to see you, Alan. What's going on?
Yeah, it's going well. Excited about the new spot here. So yeah, I've trained all over the Tri-County area, and with Coosa Jiu-Jitsu opening up here, this is going to be the home spot for me going forward. So.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that. That's perfect.
Yeah.
It's good, man. There's not dude, this part of Alabama, there's not a whole lot of jiu-jitsu. We're out here in the country, man.
Yeah, yep. Central Alabama's always, it's never been quite like the Birmingham area, the Mobile area as far as quality, but it's certainly picking up.
Well, I think a lot of it's just been, there hasn't been a school out here for people to train and start getting good at. You know, and so now we're out here in Wetumpka, Alabama, Coosa Jiu-Jitsu and Wellness.
Coosa Jiu-Jitsu and Wellness.
That's cool, man. So you guys will have some experience on the mats right away.
We will, yeah. We've got a lot of high-quality guys here. Been training for a while, so we're really looking forward to it opening up this week here. So,
well, what's going on today for the grand opening is that Isaac's organized a couple of tournaments. So he did a buy-in for each of the competitors, and then the competitors from the bracket are going to take home the whole pot. So it's winner takes all, basically. I think everybody threw in like $100 or $150 or something like that.
Yeah, I think $100, yeah.
And then the winner of the bracket takes all the money. You got a blue belt bracket under 165 pounds. You want to walk us through that bracket?
Yeah, so 165-pound competitors. We have Dakota, we have Samuel, we have Alex, Nicholas, Drew, Nick, and Jackson. Going to be leading off the tournament's going to be that Dakota versus Samuel match.
So this should be interesting here. Nick Soft coming out of 10th Planet Decatur. He's one of the most promising young talents that we've got on the mats in Decatur. Young blue belt. Everybody in this bracket's going to be a blue belt or a white belt. I guess there could be some of these guys white belts.
Yes. I know one of the guys that is a white belt at least. So.
But he's taking on Jackson Hall, and Jackson trains under Matt Elkins at Ironclad in Birmingham. And Jackson's a tough competitor too, man. He's a strong guy, especially for 165 pounds. He's a real beast for that weight class. So that should be, man, I don't know these other guys. Maybe this is a different Nick here. Maybe this is Nicholas right here.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Taking on Alex.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. We don't have the last names on the bracket that they gave us. So
no, yeah.
We're just trying to bring some free jiu-jitsu out here for you guys. It's on YouTube, man.
Yeah. High-quality free jiu-jitsu. You can't get better than that. Yeah. And of course, we got the 185-pound bracket as well.
And this is all ranks. Everybody's good for this because I see some bangers in here.
Yes. This is regardless of belt. Only limit being 185 pounds. And in that, we've got Ernesto Rivera. We've got, he'll be taking on Kerry Fowler.
Kerry's a beast. Kerry's a really good brown belt.
Okay, yeah, we've got Alex Rodriguez will be taking on Wyatt Montgomery.
Alex is tough. Wyatt's tough, too. I've seen Wyatt a couple of times.
We've got Maximus Prime Jolly against Sawyer Griffin.
Dude, all right, let me tell you something. Maximus Jolly is a bone breaker, bro. He is an insane leg locker. He's a hilarious character too.
Okay.
He's like one of the great characters in the Southern Jiu-Jitsu scene. He's fantastic.
Well, hopefully we get to see some antics there on the mat as well.
Now let me tell you though, this kid, he's going against Sawyer Griffin. This is one of our purple belts in Decatur. And this kid, if he can find a way to translate what he can do in the room to the mats, and he's been finding his way there recently, then Sawyer could, I mean, that would be an upset if Sawyer got that win.
Yeah.
But that's not outside the realm of possibility. I like Wyatt right here. There's a lot of good guys in this bracket. And it looks like we got a play-in over here also.
We do with 7 guys. We got a bye for Ronnie Tisdale as well.
Okay, right on. So he'll take on the winner of Ernesto Rivera versus Kerry Fowler. All right, guys, so that's it for me. I just wanted to jump on here and welcome you, kind of tell you why this was going to be on my channel. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Nice, loose, relaxed atmosphere out here. So, well, of course, we got Keelan. He's the production man behind the scenes of this. So we brought the crew out here, and we're just running some free content for you guys. So I hope you enjoy it. Feel free to chime in the comments. I'm sure if there's any of the athletes that you want to hit with a bonus, like a super chat, I'm sure they would be pumped for that. So if you've got an athlete that you want to support, you can do it in the super chat, and then I'll personally make sure that they get the money. So, all right, guys. Love y'all. Thank you. Alan.
All right. Thank you, Brandon.
Are you on the broadcast today? Oh, okay.
And we're about to get underway here. Coosa Jiu Jitsu and Welness. Go ahead and feel free to come through and check it out. It's the new spot on the map here in Central Alabama. High quality jiu-jitsu gym, first class mats, and like we mentioned, even got the cold plunge for after training. So.
For our first match, we got Dakota versus Samuel.
Dakota versus Samuel. Should be starting momentarily. All right, we're getting ready for the first match. It's about to get underway. We've got Dakota versus Samuel. This is the blue belt 165-pound division. All right.
Two opponents coming up. We got
Yeah, Dakota and Samuel coming up. Here we go.
a little bit of hand fighting. Snapped out a nice shot.
Shooting the double leg.
Ooh. Nice finish on that.
From closed guard here. Closed guard, traditionally looked at as a defensive position, but there have been several high-quality jiu-jitsu guys who have who've been able to generate quite a bit of offense from there.
He's doing a good job of pulling the knees to the chest and keeping the posture broken down. They're turned away from us at the moment, but the hand fighting looks to be interesting, pulling the shoulders across the center line. We've got Samuels here in the closed guard, pulling the head down, fighting the arms.
Dakota doing a really good job of keeping posture, though.
Oh, broke the guard, got back out. Samuel's is standing up. So here we have Samuel's pulling the feet up, walking around, looking to pass the guard.
And
Dakota
back to their
stands
feet.
back up.
Sprawling hard.
And fighting off the mat. We're going to reset him in the middle. Don't know much about these guys, but just in the way that they're moving, we can see that looks like Samuels has got a bit of a wrestling background. Nice single leg takedown.
Oh,
Fighting out of there was a reverse triangle attempt, but Samuels was able to fight through. Good top pressure. Oh, Dakota on the bottom is really fighting for that reverse triangle.
yeah, good recovery there to butterfly guard. Thought for a second Samuel was controlling the head there with the crossface, which would have been a tougher position to escape, but Dakota was able to get out of that. Got a knee cut coming here.
Good job controlling the foot. A little bit of spinning. We were seeing some looking at the feet for the first time in this match.
And that is a sweep right there. Of course, EBI rules, not keeping score. Oh, and there's your
submission. I couldn't quite tell if that was a heel hook or a straight ankle.
Hard to say. It looked from my vantage point that it was a straight ankle, but I didn't have the angle to see. It could have been a heel hook.
Good victory. Good victory.
Yeah, so really solid first match there. Next up, we have Ernesto versus Carey.
Alex.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're doing the second match here in the blue belt division. We've got Alex versus Nicholas.
That's how you said it. Okay, then that's how it is. Okay, sorry. No, we're good. Go. All right, so Ernesto and Carey. So y'all doing one.
Okay, so we're going to go to Ernesto and Carey. So this is the 185 division. We're actually going back and forth, just going to switch back and forth between these two matches.
A little bit bigger guys this time. 185 pounds as opposed to 165 pounds in the last match.
So Dakota.
I believe that was Samuels. We have the two gentlemen, one in seated position.
Who's who? Ernesto just sat guard.
Ernesto is.
Yeah, Ernesto just got the top there.
There's a little bit of confusion. We may have had. A little bit of confusion. We actually had someone from the 165-pound division get confused and step out onto the mat. There did seem to be a little bit of a size mismatch. And,
There certainly did.
So.
Trying to step up into the big leagues.
Nothing like a grappling tournament on a Saturday. You gotta stay on your toes. You gotta be focused, ready to win, but also ready to roll with the punches. Glad we figured that out before it went too far. I don't think too much effort was used in the first 30 seconds. The guys were going about kind of a slow building game.
Okay. So
Kerry Fowler versus Ernesto Rivera, for real this time.
You know, they always say just, roll with the person who's in front of you, but I guess in a structured tournament, that's not necessarily what you
Not
should
exactly
do.
rolling with the punches, but rolling with whatever.
Rolling with the arm
happened.
bars, we'll say,
There
for
we go.
jiu-jitsu purposes.
Round one, fight.
Yeah, so now we got a couple 185ers out there. Size looks a little bit a little bit more even.
We're going to forget all about this in about 20 seconds. Go.
There we go. Shaking hands. We have Ernesto sitting immediately.
Butterfly guard. But looking for, yeah.
Nice ankle pick to switch positions. Still kind of fighting to pass the guard. A little bit of a knee slide going on right here. Still on their feet, looking for
De La Heat sweep there.
Nice job isolating them. Ooh,
Oh, we got a footlock attempt. And
quick heel hook. Leg lock seemed to be the name of the game today.
yeah, leg lock seems to be the name of the game in the no-gi jitsu community since 2015.
Thanks for bringing me up to speed.
Yeah, inside heel hook there.
Moving right along back to the 165-pound division.
So we've got Alex versus Nicholas here.
Nicholas was trying to jump up a division. Here we have him against a competitor of his own size. I've trained with Alex here at Coosa BJJ. He's a fun opponent.
Yeah, I've
Got some sneaky stuff. Let's see what he can do out here on the mat in competition today.
Yeah, Alex is fighting out of NXG. Trained with him 3 or 4 times.
Work for the top, Nick. Work for the top.
Had an interesting takedown, almost like a weasel in wrestling, rolling right over the back. We have Alex on top with Nicholas pulling a butterfly guard. He's got one arm isolated. It looks like he's trying to arm drag and maybe take the back.
Be mindful with your right arm.
It's kind of getting Alex.
Omoplata attempt here, it looked like. Or pulling rubber guard. Rubber guard guys, they'll do omoplatas, but they'll do everything. And there we go.
And that was a quick tap on the straight arm bar from rubber guard. Good job, both guys. These first 3 matches have moved pretty quick.
Always good to see the submissions.
Moving back over to the 185-pound division.
Looks like next up we're going to have Alex and Wyatt.
Wyatt is this way. Okay, so we have Wyatt Montgomery and Alex Rodriguez. Wyatt Montgomery sitting to the ground, isolating a leg, going, oh, another heel hook attempt. We're getting a toe hold from the other side. Good defense. It's turned completely
Back
over
to
the other
Ashigurama.
side. Another toe hold attempt from the top guy.
Looks
Rolling
like Alex
into-
has got a deep toe hold. Wyatt doesn't seem phased though.
Rolling into the tap on the toe hold. Little slow getting up. We may have had a little bit of a pop on that one, but he's walking. He seems good. There's a little limp, but doesn't seem too worse for wear.
I know. Yes.
Now we've got Nick versus Jackson. Back to the 165-pound division.
What's the last name? Is it Nick Sapp? Nick and Jackson. Sapp. Nick Sapp. Jackson Sprower. Paul. Is this one of you guys? That's another guy. Okay, I was about to say, did I make that name up? Ready?
Jackson and Nick lining up right now.
Jackson.
Jackson Okay, we have Nick sitting and Jackson fighting, going inverted. Collar tie from bottom, looking to stand up, grabbing that guillotine. I like this nice up and down action we have going on here. Back down to the ground.
Another footlock attempt.
Out of that kind of quick.
Ooh, leg drag position there, but great inversion. Looks very comfortable from that inverted guard. Ooh, got a guillotine attempt.
Flattening out to get out of that and then right back up. Moving kind of more to a darce.
Yeah.
He's got it on the forearm.
Oh,
that
that
looks
looks deep.
strong.
That looks deep.
Both of these guys look very physically strong. Great escape, completely standing on his head and coming over, going for a Kimura on the far side.
Trying to step over the head.
Good defense. Standing up to get out of that armbar, sliding down and going straight to the leg.
Looks like maybe going for a knee bar here, but looks like he's only able to grip that knee with one hand. Now he's let it go.
Got some good wrestling going on right here. Reaching under again, going for that darce, but not letting it happen. Quick attempt on a straight armbar there from a collar tie.
While we're watching this match, I'd like to give a special shout out to our sponsors for making today's Rumble by the River here at Coosa Jiu Jitsu and Welness in Wetumpka possible. First, we'd like to thank Shayna Jennenbacher.
Jumping for a straight ankle lock right here. It is in there deep.
Ooh, that looks tight.
The angle of the forearm, I believe, was off, but now we've got another leg lock attempt on the other side. We're in a footlock shootout right now.
So we'd like to thank Shayna Jennenbacher of Porchlight Realty for her support. If you're in the market for a new home, be sure to contact Shayna and her team for all your real estate needs. We also have Frios, low-calorie popsicles. We'd like to thank Terry Edwards Plumbing for their sponsorship. When it comes to plumbing, you can trust the professionals at Terry Edwards. And finally, we want to give a big shout-out to Rear Naked Nation, a BJJ t-shirt company, for their support. If you're in need of high-quality athletic apparel for your training, be sure to check out Rear Naked Nation's selection of BJJ t-shirts. Thanks to all our sponsors for making this event a success.
Back to the action, we have an attempt on a bit of a modified Kimura, going for a reverse triangle with that. This looks nice. Got some good defense. The shoulders are turned to where the choke isn't as much of a threat, but it does look tight.
Well, I think you would want your legs crossed the other way there. At least I would, but looks like he's more focused on the Kimura at this point.
Heading more in that Kimura to almost to an armbar direction. Action's disengaged for a bit. It's interesting now, we're watching from the opposite direction of the camera right now, and you can kind of see the action going on with the feet. We've got a lot of pummeling going on with the arms and the head, a lot of wrestling, but then there's also a lot of action going on with the positioning of the feet and shins and knees.
Very evenly matched competitors there, by far the longest match we've had.
It's interesting seeing the contrast of styles, too. On top, we've got much more of a wrestling-based sort of catch wrestling, grappling type style, and on bottom, there's much more of a kind of a playful jiu-jitsu, inverted flexibility type game.
Yes, for sure. It's a tough guard to pass.
very creative as well. I like the way he's sometimes going in the direction that you would think that you would not be the first defensive direction. Ooh, nice pass, just shoving the knees down and jumping right over straight to mount, looking for that arm triangle. He's got the arm and head bundled, but he doesn't. Oh, nice transitioning almost to an Americana, but our guy on bottom's a bit too savvy and rolls his arm out.
Yeah, a lot of the 10th Planet guys now, if you look on bottom, you see that right hand, that right arm was across the. Oh, now we're switching.
Grabbed that Americana again, and when he rolled it, almost gave up his back, but we're back to mount.
Yeah, you see the left forearm going across the hip there. That's the way a lot of 10th Planet guys are defending the mount position now, not letting them get too high up.
Very nice, that kipping escape as well. We're back to kind of a knee shield type position for a second. Back in this inverted versus the wrestling passing type game at the moment. Trying to hop straight past that guard, but I think the cat was let out of the bag on that one.
Yes. Fool me once.
Fool me twice. Won't fool me again.
Got a knee shield there. Oh, now we've got a leg
back
lock
to
attempt.
the heel hook in this footlock shootout again.
Looks like the knee line is clear, so there shouldn't be any danger. Yep, and there's the escape. Back to the feet.
And back down to the passing game again.
Got our knee shield position there. Good defensive posture there. Difficult for the guy to get around that knee.
3 minutes.
3 minutes in, a ton of action. Or is that 3 minutes left?
3 minutes left.
3 minutes left. So 7 minutes, but still a lot of action for that amount of time. Both guys still moving great. Neither one showing any sign of fatigue, other than we are hearing a little bit of labored breathing. These guys are working hard on a Saturday.
Back to close guard. Again, oftentimes a kind of a defensive position if you're the guy on bottom. Difficult for the guy on top to be able to move around. He's trying to get his knee up high.
You've got this close guard with the friend stacked completely on his shoulders. There's like a strange key lock attempt from the stacked guard. Not much happened with it, but it was interesting to see.
Leg drag pass. That was an excellent leg drag attempt, but this guard's just a little bit tricky to pass.
These guys are from different schools, but they seem to kind of have an answer for each one's attacks. It's almost like they've rolled before.
Yeah. And we're hearing 1 minute left, approximately 1 minute left.
We will go into the EBI overtime shootout rules after this.
Oh, we look like a toe hold attempt right here, potentially. Yep, there it is, but it's difficult to toe hold when you can't, when you have no control over the guy's legs with your own.
There was a sound that I feel like was just a slap that the other camera picked up. My heart skipped a beat there for a second. It was just a little bit of slapping of skin on the way out. No, nothing.
30 seconds.
And we just hear 30 seconds. We're going to see what these guys will do for the closing moments of regulation.
Still working, trying to get the submission here. Sweep attempt there.
10 seconds left. Let's see if anyone throws anything. Oh, jump in for a heel hook. Both guys.
Nothing doing.
And time.
Excellent leg lock defense from both of them. Every time they get in those scrambles, the other would know exactly what to do. Yeah, so EBI overtime rule. So the way this works, we'll get the one opponent will get to pick their starting position, either in an armbar position or taking the back. You're going for the submission, the other guy's going for the escape.
We've got a twister attempt going on right now.
It's being timed, so once you escape, as we see Nick escaped right there, once you escape, it's being timed, and so each guy is trying to beat the other on escape time. This happens for 3 rounds, and if neither guy gets a submission, then the fastest escape time over those 3 rounds is going to be the winner.
Making sure we've gotten everything written down and before we get these guys started.
Nick also chooses the back control. Got the body triangle in, and there we see Jackson actually going the correct way there. You want to go so that the knee of your opponent is in the air when you're trying to escape, and that's why we see Nick trying to switch the triangle. Actually, maybe going for an ankle lock there.
Oh, and we got a submission. Very nice, very nice.
And so that is the end of the match.
Overtime, Nick.
And so Nick has won in overtime. All right, we've got Maximus Prime Jolly against Sawyer Griffin.
Maximus and Sawyer.
Yeah.
So we've got Maximus in the white and Sawyer in the red.
Both guys looking to wrestle. No one's sitting to guard, which is nice. I like to see a little bit of wrestling. We got some good hand fighting, collar ties snapping on the shoulders.
This is our last match of the quarterfinals. We're moving on to the semifinals after this one.
Both guys moving well, both guys physically strong. Maximus is a little bit shorter, and he gets taken down with a single leg. We're right over here by the booth. Our production crew and referee forming a bit of a wall for us. Thanks for protecting us, guys.
Saving our lives.
We were in the line of fire. We almost got crushed by Maximus Prime.
I was afraid of getting heel hooked to myself right there, coming under the table for me.
Hiding my heels behind the chair legs. We've got the guys reset. Looks like both guys are happy with the position and back to the action. A little bit of a knee shield position.
They both want to stand up. It looks like both guys value the top position.
We're back in a single leg position with Sawyer taking Maximus down again.
Second takedown, both of them single legs.
A lot of movement from these guys all over the mat, covering more real estate than the rest of the competitors combined.
High energy expenditure here.
You gotta follow the pressure with your head.
Sitting in a butterfly position, both guys kind of in a war of attrition, seeing who can move the other one first.
Looking to get back potentially to close guard there.
Follow with your head. Follow. All right, we're gonna get that body lock again. Show it. Watch out with that.
Yeah, it looks like Maximus maybe going to some kind of butter half position, as they call it there. So a half guard with a butterfly hook on one side.
We're hearing these guys breathing up at the booth. They're already working hard.
You see your moment, go for it. You see your moment, take it.
Sawyer on top repping the red bandana shorts, so we know what click he rode up with.
Sawyer working hard for the pass.
We're still kind of here in this loose guard, loose half guard position. No one's really gotten a solid position yet.
No, we haven't come close to a pass or a sweep at this point. Both guys fighting hard. I think we're going to have a penalty right there. Maximus standing up kind of kicked Sawyer in the stomach there. And for those new to the jiu-jitsu community, there's no striking in jiu-jitsu.
Kicks are illegal even to the body. I do believe it was a push away that got a little bit
aggressive, perhaps.
It happens. We like to keep things under control.
Both guys really want top position. I can tell you that the whole time Maximus was on bottom there, you could tell he wanted to get back to his feet. He wants to be on top. He wants to be past the guard, but Sawyer's having none of it.
Sawyer really likes this collar tie. He's even going for a double, almost like a tie clinch. Kind of more of a pushing match at this point. No one really trying for the lower body. Right as I say that, we got a beautiful
and
foot sweep
reversed.
right up to an ankle lock. Maximus looking to get the leg on the bottom, going inverted for a moment.
Knee bar attempt potentially here. But as you see, Sawyer has his foot that's being threatened tucked beneath his other leg, making it difficult to extend that knee bar.
While also grabbing Maximus's foot on the other side. Both guys showing a lot of flexibility here.
Maximus switching it up. Maybe some type of calf slicer is what it looks like from here.
A little bit of a switch of position. Sawyer going from the bottom to the top. Maximus again working that one butterfly, butter half.
Back to butterfly guard.
There's a little bit of a lift right there, and then we just switch sides.
Back to butter half.
Again, both guys moving good, both guys working hard, but we're hearing that heavy breathing right here at the halfway point.
Yeah, I can't tell which one's breathing heavier if it's both of them. It's been a high-octane match so far, though.
Let's go. Let's work.
Had a knee cut attempt there, but nothing doing.
And switching to the other side again, we're kind of having this situation where Maximus is more or less rolling from one side to the other, engaging kind of the same thing on both sides.
Oh, now we have a leg drag pass attempt here, and this
and it
looks pretty solid.
It does look like he's past the legs. There could be a chance that he could maybe get this this right knee back in between them, but
4 minutes.
Hip looks to be dead there. We have a back take attempt by Sawyer.
Nice.
Oh,
there's an old-fashioned headlock pull through, but he just kept rolling.
yeah, but we have this kind of. Okay, he's switching from the truck to the back.
Off to the side, then pulling Maximus back up on top, looking for that body triangle, locked up.
And that's the side Sawyer wants it on. He wants to stay on that side. You see Maximus trying to go the other way. We're hearing 3.5 minutes left here. It's a long time to survive that triangle body lock position.
Now the heads are turned away from the booth. We can't quite see the action going on with the choke. But it does look like they're...
And there it is.
There it
Sawyer
is.
with the tap. Rear naked choke. Interesting thing, he was doing that with his left arm, which is on top. Sort of like what they call the D-sub, which is you would normally want to choke with the arm on bottom.
Good match, very exciting. A lot of work put out by both guys. Very intense.
moving on to the semifinals at this point. Oh, heck.
So we have an intermission match.
Yeah, so here we have Morgan versus Hunter. Hunter in the white, Morgan in the red and black.
Hunter training out of the new Coosa Jiu Jitsu before it's even been open. Hunter sitting right to guard.
Yeah, going
Looking
straight
for
to
a
that
leg.
single leg X. He loves X guard. I've trained with him for the last 2 years. Yep, there's the X guard sweep, Marcelo Garcia style,
Just get to the good spots. Don't be frantic.
straight to half guard.
Don't let him have any easy stuff.
Every tournament Hunter competes in, it's the same thing. It's full guard to X guard and sweep. Not much surprise, but very effective.
See how twitchy he is? Just stay there. As long as you're not too bad off, he'll calm down.
Very physically strong. Hunter is caught in a lockdown from half guard. He's looking to get his foot out of that while controlling the head and shoulders.
Yeah, but Morgan's got a very solid lockdown there, which you can see on the foot. I mean, Hunter does not like his right leg being caught right there, trying to get it out, but it's a tough position there. Lockdown first popularized by Eddie Bravo, who used to cross the other leg over, do traditional half guard. Now lockdown's become extremely popular since Eddie Bravo really broke onto the scene with his win over Hoyle and Gracie at the 2003 Abu Dhabis. But it looks like Hunter is mostly escaped from the lockdown at this point, coming through with the
Getting
knee
it
straight
through
to
all
mount.
the way to mount. Nice job.
And Hunter loves the head and arm choke here. He can actually finish opponents with one arm from this position, and that looks to be what he's going for.
He's got that.
There we are in quarter mount.
And we got the tap.
The
Good
head and arm
job.
choke. It's one he's been working for the last few weeks.
I believe that is the first competitor from Coosa Jiu Jitsu getting his W. Way to go, Hunter.
Coosa Jiu Jitsu's own Hunter Bond with the W.
Doing the finger guns at the booth. So the semifinals of the blue belt 165-pound division is going to be
What's your name? Nick and Sam. Nick and Sam.
Nick and Sam. Okay, so we've got
double checking. We have our friend who tried to jump up a weight class earlier, making sure that he's not taking anybody else's matches. Both guys staying on the feet. We've seen a little bit of wrestling from these guys earlier. Both kind of pawing and pushing at the head.
I was very impressed with Sam's wrestling last match. He had 2 or 3
Nice.
takedowns.
There's that double leg again.
Oh, well, got a guillotine attempt. Arm and guillotine slam.
Nice double leg. Controlled all the way down. There was a lot of amplitude, but not a lot of concussion on the impact.
I think that's a fine slam. It was all one motion. Nothing illegal about that.
I would always consider a slam when there's like the pause and the moment of decision.
Yeah, kind of the Matt Hughes Frank trick. They'll take him to the hardest part of the mat and walk him across the room and slam him down.
The other side, Nick. There you go. Get your foot to the inside. Keep his knee.
Yeah, we may have, this looks like the pass they do from the Kimura trap. I can't see the arm, but yeah, it looks like we have this Kimura trap going on over here, yep.
Oh, and is he going to take the back with it? No, up to side control, though. Very, very nice.
Yeah, nice use of the Kimura trap. There's a whole system, Kimura trap system that
Slowly. Doesn't have to be all at once.
folks use.
Nick, that frame across the head. There you go. Create space.
Sam doing a good job of kind of compromising the posture on bottom, cranking that head up,
Yeah, it's
not
gotta
letting
be
him rest for a
uncomfortable.
moment.
overextend. Stuff the arm between your legs. You pushing on that.
Samuel's got a solid cross face here, so solidified the side control position from here.
Nicola looking cool as a cucumber, though.
I think Samuel wants that arm. I think he wants that head and arm choke that Hunter got in the last match, trying to pull that arm across the body.
You may be right on that. He kind of has that look about him.
Solid control. You can see there that Nicholas has the knee up there. He doesn't want to get mounted. You have that knee up there to stop the mount.
Push that arm up. Push that arm up.
A lot of wrestlers tend to like side control more. You're less likely to get rolled, and it looks like Samuel's kind of content to stay here in side control. Maybe working around to north-south at the moment.
Yeah, looks like it. And if you turn into that north-south, it becomes a guillotine, so not much better. But it looks like he's content with this north-south. Can't tell if it's choking. Looks.
Guy's kind of disengaged, and we're back to a knee shield situation.
Yeah, very nice escape by Nicholas there. Looked to be in a bit of trouble, but able to recover.
Hey, you see that? That center line.
A couple minutes in, we're starting to see Sam start to breathe with his mouth open.
See how he's crossing his feet right there, Nick?
Knee slide attempt.
Kind of a jumping knee
Don't let
slide.
him cross his feet. Let's look for that center line.
Nicholas seems to be comfortable with the bottom position here, not in a hurry to stand up.
Then get the center. There you go. We're controlling the inside space, Nick. We're controlling the inside space.
Samuel, our friend with long hair, is letting the hair kind of fall out of the ponytail into his face. When I competed, I had long hair, and people would always ask if it got in my way of seeing, and it did a bit, but it also hides your eyes from the opponent. So you could maybe tilt your head up while looking down at the legs. I don't know if this is a strategy of his with the
Just one chess game, right?
the cosmetology part of the jiu-jitsu game.
Doesn't want any part of the leg lock game. Nicholas setting up some kind of Ashi single leg X position there, and Samuel decided to disengage. Half guard now. Samuel's made some progress getting to half guard. Last time he was in this position, he was able to use that Kimura trap to pass. Looks like right now we have Nicholas underhooking the leg, maybe going to some kind of X guard position, but now.
A nice bundle on those legs. Coming side to side.
Reminiscent of Khabib.
Yeah, if you could get that leg underneath and put a little bit of pressure on those knees, that would be the handcuffs, they call it, the Dagestani handcuffs.
After this half guardish position. Oh, and it looks.
Stepping over, he is past, yes. Oh, but back to half guard again. Nicholas has some really good hip dexterity, and those knees are real sneaky, kind of coming back in once the guard's been passed. It's hard to keep it past. He's doing a really good job of conserving energy.
Oh, rolling for a guillotine.
Samuel coming right back up almost, and
Back
sort
to the
of
Kimura trap. Oh, then switches to the armbar. Oh, Nick is out of it.
we're coming right around back to a wrestling position.
And now had a bit of a heel hook attempt there from
We're going to get a
Samuel.
break in the action. We were kind of over towards the edge of the mat, back to the center.
Start the hands. Burrito grip this. He touches the forehead. Burrito grip it.
4 minutes.
Another 4 minutes on the clock.
A lot of action for 6 minutes. I thought that we were getting close to the end of this. We got a lot left. Both guys in great shape, but Nicholas has definitely done a better job of conserving his energy, barely even breathing hard, while Samuel's definitely broken a visible sweat and is breathing from his mouth.
Working hard on those passes.
Got that pass week, too. Right?
I expect Samuel to shoot a double leg. He's done that in both his matches so far, had
And
success.
on cue, great job, bundling right past the guard. Probably the slickest takedown we've seen so far. Timed really well.
Start framing off the head again. We're framing off the head.
Got the pass. Same position we had earlier in the match, but we have the cross face.
Starting to pin and isolate the upper body. He's looking to step over that arm.
He may have, yeah, it looks like he has Nicholas's left arm trapped. It's going to make it difficult there, but he's got it out.
Jumping for a guillotine to his back, but then coming straight up, back on top.
Have the knee across the throat there. Never a comfortable position. Looking to trap the arm again. Nicholas is going to turtle up, and Samuel's coming around to the back.
2.5.
Yep. Get inside. Get inside with the knee.
This sucks, but keep that defense, Nick.
And you can see Samuel wants to insert his left foot as a hook in there. Now he's trying to go right foot, right knee in. Yep, there's the left hook.
Slick way to slide that hook in.
Where's he going? Are we going to the back? No, back to half guard.
Nice little roll there, back to kind of a crossed butterfly guard type position.
Yeah, back to this knee shield position here. Nope, Samuel steps up, wants the knee cut with the right. Oh, going back.
Nice little high step over. Oh. Samuel taking the back very assertively.
Got one hook in. It's the hook you want. You always want that bottom hook in, more importantly.
Well, then he's got like the little...
Oh, going for the truck. Oh, there's a calf crusher from here. That's what he's going for. A friend of mine, Jesse.
Oh, and right into the choke. This is under the chin. That was timed perfectly. Nicholas smiling and giving a nod of approval. That was a well-timed, slickly changed submission. Good job on that one. Very fun match.
Very impressive for being blue belts and under. Just the transitions from legs to upper body. Very impressive from both guys. Samuel getting the finish there.
Samuel walking back into the crowd and getting high fives and nods of approval from the spectators. Doing a little ad break here.
Yeah, give another shout out to our sponsors here. We want to thank all of the sponsors for making today's Rumble by the River at Coosa Jiu Jitsu and Welness in Wetumpka, Alabama possible. First, we'd like to thank Shayna Jennenbacher of Porchlight Realty for her support. If you're in the market for a new home, be sure to contact Shayna and her team for all your real estate needs. We'd also like to thank Terry Edwards Plumbing for their sponsorship. When it comes to plumbing, you can trust the professionals at Terry Edwards. We have Frio's low-calorie popsicles. Always refreshing to get a nice popsicle without all the sugar that that comes with that decision. And finally, we'd like to thank and give a big shout-out to Rear Naked Nation, a BJJ T-shirt company, for their support. If you're in need of a high-quality athletic apparel for your training, be sure to check out Rear Naked Nation's selection of BJJ T-shirts. Thank you to all our sponsors for making this event a success. Now we've got Ernesto versus Ronnie. Ronnie, if you remember, got a bye. We had 7 competitors, so we get 1 bye. Ronnie got that bye, so Ronnie should be fresh. Ronnie trains out of Selma, actually runs a school there.
Good. I'm good.
So we've got Ronnie on the left. We've got Ernesto on the right.
A little bit of a height difference. Both guys looking very physically strong.
Yeah, Ronnie's actually a medical doctor as well. Got his degree from Stanford University. Got a butterfly guard position. Ernesto. Ernesto trying to get to a triangle choke. Oh, switching to the arm, omoplata, and it looks like Ronnie's out. Goes back for a foot lock. Both guys go, oh, and there we got a deep foot lock there from Ronnie.
Able to turn over, but my stomach kind of turned for a second at the ankle of this. Ernesto definitely has a lot of faith in his flexibility. Able to get up to top to the mount, kind of walking that arm position up.
Very nice recovery from Ernesto there. Looked like being in a lot of trouble with that outside heel hook.
Yeah, Ronnie is not kidding around with these footlocks.
No.
It's like there's money on the game or something.
Oh, wait, there is. Winner take all prize money. Footlocks were not a big part of the Jiu Jitsu game back in the 1990s, but that has certainly changed as of late.
My first mixed martial arts fight was in 2006, and Jonathan Ivey footlocked Ash Rivers in the main event of that card, and Ash was a local favorite, and Ivey a bit of a heel, so some people were even throwing shoes into the cage. Oh, armbar! We thought there was going to be a bit of pause in action, and we
just like that, Ernesto locks in that armbar.
Very slick, very tight.
Ernesto.
Very high on the shoulder with those legs.
Ernesto very, very calm, even after the W. Looking very experienced, saving his energy for, I guess he's in the finals now. Second semifinal in the under 165 blue belt division.
We have Drew and Nick. So this is Drew. Drew also got a bye. So the 7-man bracket as well. Drew was able to get a bye last time. Drew on the left of your screen, and Nick here on the right.
Nick having the only match to go into overtime so far against a fresh opponent coming off a bye. We'll see if fatigue plays any factor in this.
That's where it definitely benefits to have a good guard, which demonstrated he certainly has. Oh, going for this.
We had a bit of a dogfight position and then a roll. It was a very dynamic movement.
Looking fresh on top there. Knee cutting through.
Nick going completely inverted.
Yeah, needs to get that foot through.
Ooh, are we seeing a sneaky reverse triangle? Oh, nope. Drew's arm is out. But that's what he's going for. Or at least thinking about.
Again, great recovery. I've not seen any of the competitors recovering guard quite like Nick with that inverted game.
Yeah, a lot of hip dexterity. Got this body lock from bottom that's doing a good job of compromising Drew's spine.
Oh, going for a leg lock. Nick seems to be going for a leg lock. He's got his right foot across the leg. Oh, switching.
Maybe he was thinking about taking the back, but we got handsome Drew over here jumping out of the position. Oh, slick! We may have a heel hook here.
Needs to clear the knee line, and he does.
Both guys very savvy. Both guys doing the right things.
That's incredible. Blue belts and have this much knowledge of leg locks. The game has certainly changed over the last 10 years.
Most of the time, maybe.
If you control his outside leg, there's no false reach.
We have
Okay, now Drew may be getting something here. But Nick's guard has proved difficult to pass thus far. Nick,
this style is definitely good for conserving energy. Another high energy match.
knee cut attempt from Drew. Working to get a crossface on top here, but the knee shield seems to be doing its job in stopping Drew from the pass.
Shoulders flat. Let's frame and hook crossface, man. Just sprawl over that top leg, bud. We're nice and easy here.
Yeah, staying up on his side, very important from Nick there, staying up on your hip. Don't want to be flattened out in any position except for close guard. Take attempt, and we almost have a pass right here. But Nick still keeping that right knee in.
It's got to be very frustrating to do the right things on top, and then all of a sudden the guard is just right back there where he wants to. Great range of motion and great technique and savviness in the way that he's using his legs. Oh my!
Oh, that's beautiful. That reminds me of BJ Penn. Always get those legs so high.
Yeah,
doing
it's
those MMA fights. Oh, we have a triangle.
Got a bit of a strange triangle almost on the wrong side, but with his flexibility, he may be able to switch it to the correct side. Switch into a bit of an armbar, and now going straight up into mount. And
let go of that triangle.
I'm just hearing that Nick was a gymnast, and you can definitely see that in his movement.
Looked like he may have had a triangle, but try to switch to the armbar potentially a little early.
As I'm having friends that have kids asking me about martial arts and such, I always tell them that they should do gymnastics first and then wrestling before everything else. And I did cross country first, and I have a bit of a tightness in my hips that I'm jealous of Nick's flexibility here.
Yeah. Nick very confident in that guard.
Just laying completely inverted while Drew stands up.
Oh, going for the leg. Now we may have a knee bar attempt here. Oh, switching to a heel
hook.
Oh, and this looks like, yeah.
And a tap. Nice. Great work from both guys.
Nick's had to fight hard both his matches so far, but
Hey, give me a minute.
well done.
So we'll have Nick versus Samuel in the Blue Belt Under 65 finals.
And our last semifinal match right here, we have Alex Rodriguez versus Sawyer Griffin in the 185-pound division. Give another quick shout out to our sponsors who made today's Rumble by the River, Coosa Jiu Jitsu and Welness in Wetumpka, Alabama possible. Shayna Jennenbacher of Porchlight Realty. If you're in the market for a new home, be sure to contact Shayna and her team for all your real estate needs. I'd also like to thank Terry Edwards Plumbing for their sponsorship. When it comes to plumbing, you can trust the professionals at Terry Edwards. We have Frio's low-calorie popsicles. And finally, big shout-out to Rear Naked Nation, a BJJ t-shirt company. If you're in need of high-quality athletic apparel for your training, be sure to check out Rear Naked Nation's selection of BJJ t-shirts. Again, thanks to all our sponsors for making this event a success.
Back to the action.
So we have Alex on the left. We have Sawyer on the right. Sawyer gets to that top position. He spent most of his last match in that same position there. A lot of grip fighting going on right now.
Going back and forth between butter half and half now, working towards that rubber guard.
Yeah, I think rubber guard, when you have that butterfly hook on the inside or any sort of half guardish thing, it's call that New Jersey or something like that.
I'm not quite up with the lingo.
Yeah. Looking for some sort of arm drag from bottom, but Sawyer's having none of it.
Doing a good job of posting on the chest and not letting him get that wrist or elbow across the center line.
Oh, a
Is this a
buggy,
buggy
choke
choke?
at him. That's the new thing that the kids are doing these days, supposedly, the buggy choke.
You don't think it works until it does.
Yeah, the guy passes your guard, and you work it from bottom side control. Of course, we're out of it at this point. That was
It's
a nice attempt.
still kind of threatening there. Even if it doesn't work as a choke, it kind of keeps you out of danger.
Get your opponent on the defensive.
Ernesto doing a good job of framing, threatening escapes to his left and right sides, but Sawyer just keeping him pinned down. Good cross-face pressure.
Come with your right hand in front of your shoulder and connect your hands to come with your head inside to get rid of that crossface frame.
And for those of you watching again, this is we're at Coosa Jiu Jitsu and Welness in Wetumpka, the new gym here in the Tri-County area.
Yeah,
Wetumpka, Alabama.
Thanks to Isaac for putting this together. The school feels great after 15 years of bumming around and training with guys in gym in garages and in basements and old high school gymnasiums. This really clean, beautiful, modern facility feels really nice. Got the cold plunge some of us have been doing after morning rolls. Nice big mats.
High quality mats. These are mats I don't mind practicing judo on.
Indeed. It's hard to beat the good old wrestling mat, but the wrestling mats get real hard in the winter. These are nice and soft even when it's cold out. So we have Sawyer in full mount with the arm behind the head. Both guys kind of squared off more, kind of just squeezing on each other at the moment, trying to find a break in the other one's will.
I can tell you from experience, this is a miserable position from the guy on bottom, though. Just having to hold up your opponent's weight the entire match.
I don't know. Some of these jiu-jitsu weirdos seem to like it. Great pressure. Sawyer applying kind of that new Gordon Ryan, just pin them down and break their will sort of mount. He doesn't quite have the arm all the way up where he can do the smother, but it's if you're flattened out like this, well now a little bit of motion, but again right back down to that mount. Maybe possibly giving up back.
Yeah, we see Sawyer passing Alex's arm through here to what we call the gift wrap position. Going to use that if he can get it. To try to take the back. He can armbar from there as well.
We're hearing encouragement from the coaches to take the back. We'll see if that can be done.
Yeah, you want to do what they call this like chair sit position. So if you're Sawyer on top and you get there you go.
Oh, almost on cue.
Both guys spending a lot of energy.
Lots of.
Back to the gift wrap position here. Oh,
he's
now
going.
We're switching to some. This is an interesting little
Choke that.
head and arm choke.
It's a powerful squeeze, and his position is really good for it. I don't know if it's quite the anatomical position, but
yeah,
that looks to be a terrible squeeze, and I don't think he's expending a ton of energy right now.
you see Alex get his hand back onto the right. His
Oh,
right hand. Oh,
now we're in an arm triangle.
Yeah, this one looks deeper.
He's mounted. He's a tall guy. I don't know how if he likes to finish this from mount or if he likes to finish it from the side, but he looks very comfortable here.
And you see
and
Alex,
it is in.
Alex trying to keep.
And we got a tap. Great arm triangle. Good job, both guys. Good match.
arm choke. Good to see the upper body submissions kind of making a comeback here.
One thing I really like about the tournament style they have in a lot of grappling martial arts is you get to see guys compete against different skill sets, against different opponents, and I feel like you get a really good feel for them as a martial artist in just a couple of matches, seeing them face different obstacles. So we have the blue belt finals, Samuel and Nick, the two kind of most agile of the two. This is for the money.
Yeah, I think it's a $700 purse to the winner, if I'm not sorely mistaken. And this is an interesting contrast of styles here. I mean, we see Samuel loves to hit that double leg, get on top, be passing the guard.
And Nick is immediately sitting, so that wrestling does not even come into play.
Not intrigued at all to go into a wrestling match. But with a guard like that, can't blame him.
I'd still blame him. I like to see the wrestling.
Coming from a wrestler.
Stealing the joy of a good takedown from me.
Going inverted to get back to full guard. Got that knee shield position again. Sort of a Z guard.
Both guys have had to do some work on their way to these finals, so we'll see if fatigue is a factor at all.
Yeah, both of Nick's matches have been brutal so far.
Both obviously very physically strong gentlemen. Ooh, we have a jump to a leg lock, and then
both guys going for it.
We're over here in the corner. We may have to reset, which we didn't want to do. More of a voluntary reset.
Hard to say who had the advantage there. It sounded like somebody's head may have hit the wall. Nick comfortable just to lay there. Samuel looking to pass.
Very quiet for a room full of people.
Arm drag.
Everyone's very interested in this match. All you're hearing is coaching and the breathing of the athletes.
Giving the leg drag is Nick. That's an interesting strategy.
Smiling at our referee, threatening to stand back up.
And we've seen this in Nick's other matches. He looks like you're past the guard, but he's able to get those knees in. Yeah, no pass right here. You see how Nick's cupping Samuel's triceps from the back.
Ooh.
Oh, and that is setting up.
We had a nice attempted reverse triangle.
Hard to believe this is a blue and under division, man. Blue belts aren't what they used to be. These guys are well versed in all aspects of the game. Now we're actually pretty close to a pass right here. Oh, we've got the Kimura. Oh, wow.
We are hearing encouragement from the coaches to be mean.
That was extremely close from Samuel there. I thought he had that Kimura. Nick able to slip out there at the last second.
Dig your hand in, dig your hand in. Yep. This is good. Put him in the knee now. Move the foot. Move the knee shield. There you go.
Okay, so we see Samuel here is isolating Nick's left arm. They're going to reset the athletes to the center of the mat right now. Reset them into the same position here.
He's going to try to get his hips under our hips immediately and get to our legs.
So Samuel right here with the arm isolated. He's got a step over arm bar if he could pass guard, or a Kimura here. And it looks like Nick's probably going to try to go underneath, maybe get a leg.
Jumping for that Kimura.
Kimura trap position here. Nothing doing.
Split with the knee again, Sam.
He had done all the right things, but this flexibility and dexterity of Nick is proven to be a problem for everybody. I once heard flexibility described as strength in more places, and I feel like that's what he's showing. He's strong and able to do things in places that I'm guessing these other guys' training partners don't really have the same movement available to them.
Head in. We got to get inside the pass box. Put it on the mat.
Oh, now we're getting close to a pass here.
Back down.
Again, it felt like we were getting close to a pass, but just nothing is gained. It's got to be frustrating.
Keep going. Keep going.
That being said, Samuel isn't giving up anything either.
No.
He's too smart to get caught up in some of these little traps that Nick's putting out there for him.
Oh, this again.
Again, it seemed like he was passed, but they're
Fools me every time.
fool me once.
Halfway home.
Yeah. Put it behind his head. Our stuff. Play our stuff. Yes.
Samuel mostly on the offense of this match, but difficult to create offense when you can't pass the guy's guard. Oh, now we have Nick going for a leg lock. Oh, we have a knee bar. We have a very
And
knee
it looks to
bar
be
here.
it looks to be tight. Oh, a slight pause in the pressure, and Samuel was just able to slide right out of there.
Yeah, you would like to see Nick try to use that position to at least sweep and get on top, but he's shown no desire to get to the top.
It felt like if he didn't get it, he definitely had good control and would be able to use it to move. But again, yeah, he just likes being on the bottom. Again, in a room full of guys, it's almost completely quiet other than the coaching. Everyone is just watching to see what these two young men are doing.
Let's push.
In the pass box. That's it. You got to finish.
Another explosive knee slide, but just not really getting anywhere.
Win the bottom hand. Right knee across. Win the bottom hand.
3 minutes.
We haven't really gotten these guys very tangled up. Going for a footlock.
Oh,
and
but now it's reversed. And Nick comfortable not to try to use that to get on top, but just stay on his back.
Get him to the mat, Sam. Hey, next time he does that, spin his feet to the mat. Put him to the mat.
That kind of baiting going inverted. At about 2.5 minutes we're hearing now. 2.5 minutes remaining in the match.
This would be a great match to show someone as like a contrast of two completely different styles of jiu-jitsu from two athletes who have very, very similar body types. Sometimes you'll see a guy who's long and lanky and maybe expect him to be more of the guard player flexibility type athlete, and then you'll see someone who's shorter and stocky, expect them to be more of the wrestler type. But both of these guys very, very similar in height, build, doing two very different games.
Yeah.
But very evenly matched.
Win the bottom hand, Sam. Win the bottom hand.
Oh, now Samuel had Nick's arm pin there for a second, which could have been advantageous, but Nick was able to get out almost immediately.
These guys are finding so many 50-50 style positions, like so many positions where one guy has something he can do and the other guy does as well. There hasn't really been a dominant position in this whole match. Not for lack of trying, though.
No, certainly not.
I'd keep a butterfly hook going over there. He's making a trap.
Oh.
Jump into that heel hook, but Nick is too savvy.
Yeah, we're down to about a minute left on the clock right now.
It'll be exciting to see the overtimes with, well, if we get to overtimes. We do have 60 seconds left, and anything can happen in a submission-only match.
Triangle attempt there, but...
Actually, not anything can happen. Only submissions can happen.
Nobody's getting knocked out. I'll guarantee it.
We're here in the countdown. We're at about 30 seconds left. We'll see if anyone can do anything.
30 seconds.
Move them if you're not going to go in there. Move them. Move them out of the way. Go them out of the way. Arms in. Both arms in. You got to go both arms in.
Well, we're getting a last minute knee bar attempt there, but nothing doing.
Seconds.
That's not time I say. Keep going. Keep going.
We had
Coach
Athletes.
got you clapped.
I think one or both the athletes at the time was over, but it was still 10 seconds left.
One of the spectators had a timer set as well that may have been set a little bit earlier than the official timer. There's a little bit of confusion at the end, but here we are, both guys getting ready for this overtime.
And again, the EBI overtime rules here, each opponent's able to pick whether they want the arm bar position or they want the back position. We're trying to escape. Fastest escape time is going to win. Of course, submission.
Samuel
trumps all.
picking the back.
Nick looks somewhat close to escaping here. He's got to get...
Doing a good job of putting his shoulders to the mat. Oh.
Excellent control from Samuel right here.
Yeah, here we're trying to pick up riding time. Obviously, always going for the submission, but in a match this even.
Yep. That twisters us if he doesn't skin. Yep, be violent. Be violent.
Both hooks.
Swap sides with him.
There we go.
And we get an escape. We're hearing Samuel's coach calling for him to be violent when he gets a little bit of an opportunity.
Yeah, Nick was able to get that bottom hook removed, and then once the guy doesn't have the hook on the bottom side, escaping's a lot easier.
Ready, Sam. Start the escape.
And straight to the body triangle from Nick. So Samuel needs to take him the other way, which he does. They're rolling.
Nick is very tight on this back. He's got the choke across the face.
Back on the floor now. Fight the choking arm. Get the body lock.
Samuel really needs to get to his other
Straighten
hip.
your right leg, Sam. Straighten your right leg. We gotta get that foot between our legs. Back on the floor. Keep coming. Keep coming. Get your elbow through. It's the left elbow that's got to get to the mat. The left elbow. The left elbow.
He's out.
And he's out.
Nice, two good escapes.
Let it go. You got this. Hey, get your good control. Cheek to cheek. Cheek to cheek.
Not sure on the times there.
Seemed pretty close though.
Okay, so I think Samuel was able to hold for about 42 seconds, and Nick was able to hold for about 34, so very close. But right now, Samuel's going in to round 2. And again, this is 3 rounds. If no submissions take place, it's going to be 3 rounds. But Samuel going into the second round with a slight advantage, but Nick with a very quick escape time there.
Rolling, ending up on some of our timekeepers. There's a lot of movement in that one.
Looks like 9 seconds there, so that's going to put, if I'm not sorely mistaken, that's going to put total time for Samuel right now going into the last round of 51 seconds.
Like a choking arm. arm, back on the floor.
And back to that body triangle.
He's quick with that.
Hey, work on the lower body control. Don't worry about the upper body right now. He can't choke you, so work on the lower body. Yep, keep working.
Samuel
on
going
it.
to the correct
Keep working
side,
on it.
though. Getting his knee up in the air. You see Nick's knee up high. You want that knee down on the bottom. And that's where he's taking it back to now, but Samuel's not having it. Bridging into him.
Hand above his head. Hand above his head.
Really strong control position. Both hands underneath. We got a 2-on-1.
You know, what's interesting, you know, Nick was not even, until recently there, Nick was not even going for a submission there. Double unders, which you see Nick have right now. Very defensive position, mainly meant just to hold the guy in place. Typically, ever since Marcelo Garcia burst onto the scene, people have been doing what we call the backpack grip right there, where one arm's over and one arm's under as you're trying to choke.
A lot of movement rolling across the mat.
56 seconds of ride time there, so Samuel did have the slight edge after round one, but is significantly down.
We're seeing him.
Some time here in round two.
We're seeing Samuel pick the armbar spiderweb this time.
Keep the forearm, Sam. Keep the forearm, Sam. Cross your feet, Sam.
Yeah, switching it up. No, he probably needs a submission, so now he's going for the arm bar.
Really yanking on this.
Oh, boy, and he looks like... Oh. Looked like he might have had something there, but arm slipped out. I'll tell you, one of the biggest differences going from gi to no gi, arm bar is so much more difficult to get no gi with all the sweat.
You see the little bit of fire in these gentlemen's eyes, knowing that there's a little bit of money on the line. It makes it a bit more exciting. Some skin in the game.
I don't think, if my calculations are correct, that we're going to need a round 3 here from Nick, because I think total escape time, he's probably, his 2-round total is going to be enough.
Yeah, that's it. Nick wins by ride time.
Yep, and it is confirmed by the referee. Nick has won.
Congratulations to our first Coosa Jiu Jitsu tournament winner.
Sam, sorry. The winner taking home the $800. Nick.
Our lovely host Isaac Stackhouse about to hand out some money.
Isaac, known on in the internet world as the Wandering Grappler, owner of Coosa Jiu Jitsu and Welness, giving him the $800. Well earned by Nick. And now we are moving on to the final in the 185-pound division. But before we do that, let's give another call out to our sponsors. We want to thank all of them for making today's Rumble by the River and Coosa Jiu Jitsu and Wellness in Wetumpka, Alabama possible. Again, like to thank Shayna Jennenbacher of Porchlight Realty for her support. If you're in the market for a new home, be sure to contact Shayna and her team for all your real estate needs. We have Frio's low-calorie popsicles. Popsicles with all the joy of the popsicle without all of the sugar that goes with it. Make sure you head over to Frio's, get you one of those. We'd also like to thank Terry Edwards Plumbing for their sponsorship. When it comes to plumbing, you can trust the professionals at Terry Edwards. And finally, a big shout out to Rear Naked Nation, BJJ T-Shirt Company, for their support. If you're in need of high-quality athletic apparel for your training, be sure to check out Rear Naked Nation's selection of BJJ T-shirts. Thank you to all our sponsors for making this event a success. And at this point, we're just waiting on our timer. I think had to take a brief restroom break. Very, very exciting match here. Both guys have looked pretty dominant so far. Ernesto and Sawyer.
Another contrast in the finals. Although these gentlemen are similar height, similar musculature, similar build, but Sawyer a bit more aggressive and Ernesto being very calm, cool, and collected. So we'll we'll see which one.
Yeah, I think it's actually Sawyer that's on the left and Ernesto on the right. I think it's showing that backwards. But
Sawyer in the red, Ernesto in the black.
I don't think we've seen Sawyer on his back yet. He's made it to top position on all of his matches so far.
Ernesto's sitting down and content to work from there.
Ankle pick there.
Keep him on his back. Keep him on his back.
Butterfly guard, popularized by Marcelo Garcia,
Stand up and pass side to side.
perhaps the greatest grappler of all time.
Look for your camping position. Yes.
I met Marcelo on a subway one time. I was starstruck to say the least. I was like, to everybody else in the train, I was like, do you know who this is? And nobody knew who it was, and they all looked at me like I was crazy. This was probably like 2013 or so. But he was, like everyone says, the nicest guy he could possibly be. He invited me to his gym. Sadly, I was only in town for a day, but
4-time Abu Dhabi and 5-time world champion. Now we're that butter half position there, where we have a butterfly hook Ernesto has with his left foot. Sort of a shallow butterfly hook there, and then half guard with his right. Becoming more and more popular these days.
you can see both guys working to make it their game. Ernesto kind of slowing everything down and tangling everything up, and Sawyer kind of fighting to make it more explosive and more aggressive.
There's a moment when he's falling back where you can connect your body lock.
8 minutes left on the clock.
Resetting back to the center of the mat. It's nice gray Coosa Jiu Jitsu mats.
Highest quality mats I've ever trained on, to be honest with you.
Got a closed guard here from Ernesto. Sawyer framing in the armpits.
Yeah, so Sawyer posturing up there. Oh, an arm drag attempt, and using it to sweep to get to top is Ernesto.
Sawyer on his back for the first time in the competition, doing a good job of framing.
Yeah, I don't
Not afraid to work from his back.
resetting the position. Both guys satisfied, so we continue.
Sawyer with a knee shield.
Looking to get his own butter half thing here. But Ernesto stands up.
And again, even though they sort of changed positions, you see Ernesto being more calm from the top, Sawyer being more aggressive from the bottom.
Yep, and there we have the guard pass, and looks like, yeah, full mount at this point. Ernesto with full mount.
He's got the head hooked, raising the head off the mat to prevent a bridge. Now he's got the wrist control, pushing it into Sawyer's sternum, looking for the back.
Yeah, going for that gift wrap position potentially here.
He's got both wrist control.
No, Sawyer's not going to give up his back here. You can see his hands are clasped together there.
But you can see how Ernesto's sliding that knee up underneath the spine. Nice crossface again, sitting to that back. He could do that chair sit and pull him right into his lap.
Point Ernesto kind of just riding Sawyer here. See any submissions here? Sawyer continuing to buck, try to get Ernesto off balance here for mount. Potentially get back to half guard. A roll into Ernesto's close guard, but Ernesto with excellent control from the top position.
Get it all the way to the ground, though.
Flatten your left leg. You gotta flatten your left leg on the inside. Inside is cross leg.
Again, this sort of smother from mount that's kind of become popular lately. Got Sawyer moving.
Now we have it attempting the gift wrap, but Sawyer not having any of it.
He knows to protect those wrists.
Feel like it's not going away on the escape.
If he can't finish you here, he's not going to be able to finish you in overtime. That's a bold strategy, Kyle.
Down to 4 minutes left on the clock.
Keep your elbows to the inside.
And this is submission-only jiu-jitsu for you. You know, riding mount the whole time is not going to gain you any points. You have to submit your opponent, or we will be going to overtime.
One hip and get your bottom knee inside. Yes, bottom knee inside. You have to be in a position with your lower body to be able to make
Got about 3.5 minutes. Now I want to get this guard recovery.
Yes, now you're looking good. Keep that hip on the
And Sawyer back to a half guard position.
frame with that right elbow. Don't let him cover that half.
A lot of work to get there.
Just keep that knee shield inside. Keep that knee inside.
Yes, good work. Breathe, take your time.
It's going under you.
Yeah, I went over. That's okay.
3 minutes.
Some leg pummeling right here. Sawyer on the ground. Ernesto looking to pass.
And Sawyer going for a single leg. Standing up.
Trading positions. Ernesto sitting down as soon as Sawyer stands up. Sawyer looking to pass now.
Confident in that guard game with 2.5 minutes left.
Inside with your right hand.
Have the knee shield by Ernesto. Sawyer potentially looking to knee slice with the right. Back to close guard. Close guard, the original guard of Jiu-Jitsu. And Sawyer keeping his posture low. That's an interesting strategy. Usually when you're looking to pass, you're looking to posture up, create some space, open up the guy's legs, and start working the pass. And there he postures up, but Ernesto pulls him right back down. Ernesto opens the legs.
The guys are probably at this point already thinking about their strategies for the overtime.
Potentially so, down to about 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock at this point. Oh, a potential footlock here from Ernesto, but yeah, I would say both guys looking at footlock, but Ernesto on the offensive. And that's
And
it.
we got a heel hook. Those are
a last-minute submission from Ernesto for the win.
Those are sneaky. You see how much guys respect those. It's a fine line between tapping when you should and having to ice that thing.
Ernesto.
Great matches today.
So Ernesto Rivera is our open belt 185-pound champion. Out with Isaac Stackhouse now, getting his $800 prize. $800.
Oh, and we are being called to the center of the mat. Reiterating, take your shoes off on the mat. I'm guessing if you're listening to this, you're familiar with Jiu Jitsu, but if you're not, if you